was to write for other people. But then as I started writing music, I grew so personally attached to the songs. I just found my voice.
This is so dope.
Let yourself be so consumed in your art.
Am I out of my head? Am I out of my mind?
I'm gonna let Camila go ahead and take this one.
Nothing's that bad.
Hey.
If it feels good.
Hey.
You come back like I knew you would.
Hey.
Camila Cabello's on the show. Let's go.
Hey, girl, hey.
Miss Cabello, how are you?
Guys, thank you so much for doing that. I really feel the love. Thank you so much.
It's Edgar who produced it. He lives in this box. His name is Edgar.
Hello, Edgar.
I hope you like that.
Edgar, you do live in that box. That was so dope. Thank you so much for doing that. So cool.
You're welcome. Let me out of here.
Right.
Let me out of here.
Someone let him out.
You're stuck in there, Edgar.
Yo, Camila, how we feel?
I feel amazing. I feel a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
It's very intense for me right now. Like when I posted I feel like I have been kind of locked up in the studio for the last 5 months.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been making all this music, forgetting really that people were gonna hear it, if that makes sense.
But that's a zone you want to be in.
Yeah, definitely,
right?
definitely. But like
Naked music.
yeah, but it was definitely, I was just kind of writing for myself. And when I wrote that thing on Instagram about my album coming out, I literally got these butterflies at the pit of my stomach, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't believe that people are actually going to start to hear what I've been working on. It's
very
intense.
very vulnerable, right? Because you put your work out there, and now you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Your thoughts and your feelings, and now people will know how you're feeling and what you're thinking, and it's very vulnerable.
Yeah, especially with this album, because I feel like there's really nothing that I left unsaid. Like I put every piece of my heart into it, and I think that and I think that people will be able to tell. But that's why I'm trying not to, even explaining the album, like I'm trying not to look at the reactions or what people are saying on the internet too much, because it is definitely it's like, it's like being naked in a crowd.
Sure, yeah. Other than that, are you into comments? Are you reading the comments? Are you reading YouTube comments, IG comments? You shouldn't. You keep those out of your life.
I keep those out.
Why? Why do you do that?
I've actually done that for the past year and a half, because I feel like it just starts to influence you, and you start to do stuff with with subconsciously in the back of your mind being like, oh, how are people going to react to it? And I never want to put myself in a box like that, because it's like, maybe this album I'm doing this stuff, but what if the next album I'd want to do something completely different? There's always people that are going to be
you're allowed
disappointed.
to, by the way, as an artist.
Exactly. And I always want to keep that. I want to keep myself just free.
Yeah. Whose opinion matters the most to you?
I mean, I feel like for me, I want to make the music that I want to listen to and that I love. I think, though, my family, especially my sister, like I kind of keep her.
Older or younger?
She's younger.
Younger sister.
Yeah.
She has the vibe. She knows the vibe.
Well, I just feel like, whenever I just also want to make stuff that is true to myself, and something that I would be like, it's fine if she, you know what I mean?
Example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now you went from like Cuban sandwiches to tortas, back and forth. That's the only way I can put it.
That's how I should have explained it, huh?
I think that's the way, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so you're going back and forth.
Croquetas too, tamales.
Right? Oh, that's right. Yeah. The shadow's awake.
Yeah, man. Que rico.
So you're in the studio. You're obviously working extremely hard. You're into your music. You're pouring everything you have into this album. Congratulations,
Thank
right?
you.
So what's the what's the wind down part, or the wind down part of it all? How do you relax? How do you keep the stress away?
I mean, I don't really have time to relax right now, but I think for me it's more about, like, the enjoying part comes after the intensity, if that makes sense. Like, it comes in the release of it, as opposed to, like, I feel like when I perform these songs live, I'm going to be at the billboards in a few days.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Major.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I feel like doing that, what's going through my brain is thinking, how can I express what this whole journey was about in 3 minutes and 30 seconds in this performance, if that makes sense, from the hurting to the healing to the loving. Because I went through basically a place where I was just like in a lot of pain for a couple years, and that's what this album is about. It's about going from pain to joy, and about basically the progression of dealing with those emotions and accepting even the part where you do feel hopeless and then going into sorry.
Have you? No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just listening. But have you forgiven those?
Yeah.
Who've hurt you?
Yeah, you have to in order to get to the loving.
Yeah.
In order to free yourself, that's really the only way you can.
Can't live with that in your
free.
heart, right?
Exactly.
It turns you into a really ugly person, I think.
Slows you down, weighs you down.
Spiritually, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Do you look back on that at that point where you were like at your lowest, and are you like, damn, I was that broken about that? Like how and why?
Yeah, definitely, especially through the writing process, because basically I go through all my notes. And so I remember like reading stuff from like a year ago where I could tell that I was just like in a really dark place. And it's a weird like out of body moment where you're just like, damn, like I kind of, that, like poor girl that was struggling through all of that stuff. Because I feel like I'm just in another place now. Like I feel like I'm like a different person entirely.
Yeah.
But I feel like also the message of my album is also just like justifying whatever pain you're feeling, like, and feeling that's just a part of life.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Being like, that's okay, but you know that the only way to get through it is to talk about it and get through it, and then
a lot of young people don't necessarily know how to get through it. Mm-hmm. They think it's the end of the world. You didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was the end of the world too, and that's okay too. Like you just have to live in those moments, because I feel like when you're going through that stuff, you're always like, man, I should be better. Man, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like this? And I feel like what this album taught me is that I have to feel it. You know what I mean? You can't be afraid of letting yourself feel pain, because then it comes back out in uglier ways. You know? And so once I really faced it head on, instead of trying to avoid it and running away from it, I got it out and I healed. You know what I mean? And I got better.
You ever get lit to take the edge off?
You ever what?
You ever get lit to take the edge off?
No, not really. No. Yeah, because I feel like that's just, especially for me, I mean, I'm a Pisces, and I'm also like a very 0 or 100 kind of person. Like I'm not in every situation, like whether it's falling in love or in a friendship with somebody, or if it's like work that I'm pouring myself into, it's hard for me to like, keep control with stuff. I'm kind of like all the way or not at all. So I feel like I wouldn't want to go down that road. I know that would be not good for me.
Are you a workaholic?
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm just really passionate about stuff, and when I put so much into it, I want every detail to reflect what it was. Like whether it's like the font or like the cover art or like, and like the mix, like everything has to be.
You gotta have your hands in it all.
That's
right?
why it's like exhausting, because I feel like I have no choice but to be like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I can't really take a break unless I don't have anything to do. Do
you feel that that's the only way to survive for you?
I don't think it's always going to be like that. Like I feel like it's going to be in periods. Like right now I made an album where I had a lot of stuff that I had to say.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've said that stuff, and like for example, the hurting, the healing, the loving, I feel like I've written everything about that situation that caused me to feel that way. I don't have any other song in me to write about that situation. I got it all out. You know what I mean? So for now, like I feel like now it goes into a different transition where it's more like now I need new experiences to write about. Now I need to just like go into this next era, and that's what the next thing will be about. But I definitely need to, what I do know is that I can't just be in the studio all the time, because then if you're not living, then you don't have stuff to write about.
Absolutely. And walls start to close in a little.
Exactly. That's what I'm learning now. Like I feel like now with this one, I'm gonna take some time to just like, go out and have fun.
You feel like you gotta work twice as hard as everybody?
I mean, I think right now is a critical point, because I feel like I definitely have, like I feel like this is kind of, for myself, it's kind of the standard that I'm setting for myself for the rest of the stuff that I'm going to put out. Like I feel like this level of honesty, like I'm glad that people are going to get, that's the first thing that people are going to hear from me and see from me in the video, because then I'm going to feel in a good way forced to like maintain that authenticity like in the rest of my music, if that makes sense. So it is really important for me.
Do you have friends you can count on?
Yeah, I have a lot of really good people around me. Like I'm so close to my family. I'm so close to my neighbors. Like I'm flying them all out.
Really? Your neighbors and everybody?
That's so dope.
Yep, all from Miami.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
When somebody dates you, are they also dating your mom?
No, I literally have to be like, you gotta go. Like, if I'm in the same room as a person I have a crush on, please don't be there, because chances are she knows, and I can just feel her like she's eyeing you.
Camila!
You know how Latina moms are always like, now is in your business. I'm
Is
like,
she trying to hook you up with her friend's sons? Is that what she's trying to do?
no, I wish.
Oh, really?
Get it together.
Oh, because that's what KB's mom
My
does.
mom would always do that. Like, mija, Teresa's son, he's so cute. He has a good job. I'm like, Mom, you're so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't like
Did it
Teresa's
ever? Did it
son.
ever work out?
No.
No,
Because
because they weren't your type.
No, not at all.
And because it's always just the feeling of your mom just watching
Yeah.
over you on a date because she set you up with him.
Yeah, and it's always this like, yeah, it'll be really good.
Yeah,
I'm like,
with all
it's
due
gonna be
respect, that
terrible.
is not hot.
It's not hot. No, I know. No, I don't do that. I
Right.
promise. I promise.
Right,
I keep my mom as far away from that as possible. But the boy situation is pretty. It's like this Sahara desert right now. There's like nothing.
This is-
Nah,
nothing.
There's no
Dry?
way. Well, listen.
It's dry. There's
well,
nothing
listen,
right now.
If it's so dry,
I've been cooped up.
go into your DMs. I know your DMs
Drier
are
than
popping.
tamale leaves?
I know
Yes.
your DMs are popping.
dripping in the DMs.
I might have to check some. I might have to
You're
check some.
lying.
That's the con, maybe, of not being on the internet.
Go to the
as
ones
much.
that you have to allow. Those are the fire
Yeah.
ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Or the most dangerous as
Yeah,
well. You
that's the next album.
know? Right.
So you're saying Mom doesn't
The DM
know.
album.
DM album.
Mom doesn't know much about the boys, but she's listening to this album, so it's Mija being hurt and going through a lot.
Uh-oh.
How does that feel?
It's actually, this album is not really about boys, though.
But you're still going through a lot. You're going
I'm
through
still going
pain,
through a lot,
and you're
but she
still
knew
her
that.
Daughter.
Yeah,
Right.
she knows that. Like she was definitely one of the people that I feel like took my hand and walked me out of the dark.
Yeah.
You know?
You say your love life is dry,
Yes.
but there's got to
Whoa,
be
I thought you were
somebody.
gonna go into like a fire rap verse there.
You ready?
You say your love life is dry.
You say your love life is dry.
Oh my.
Please don't cry. You feel me? And that's
So
all.
good.
And that's it. Bars all
ain't
day.
gotta
You
lie.
feel me? You feel me? No, but there's got to be somebody you know, somebody you see that you think is cute, someone that you go,
Yeah.
maybe him.
Yeah, definitely.
You got prospects.
Yeah, definitely. I have crushes for sure.
Are they
I mean,
famous?
I can't live my life without having crushes.
Thank you.
It's so
Exactly.
boring.
We're
Right,
human.
right. It's so
Like,
boring.
I just remember going to school, and if I didn't have a crush on anybody, I was like, ugh.
Can I go home?
I feel like it's the same in life. Like, I have to be, I have to be kind of in love,
Yeah.
even if it's not like
Real.
a relationship, if that makes sense.
Right. So you're just kind of loving somebody from afar.
Yeah, sure.
That's a little creepy. I'll be honest with you.
But just a crush, like something to
Yeah.
fantasize about.
Of course. Just something to keep your mind.
Inspiration.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
You go. Is it time for Lecheto's lightning round?
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Oh, man.
Lecheto's lightning round.
We got 1 minute, Camila. You ready?
I'm ready.
What are the last 4 digits of your phone number?
Oh my God.
7416.
Wait, was it?
7416.
Okay, cool. Do you believe at love at first sight?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Look, if you audition for American Idol, what song would you sing?
I would sing
That's a good one.
Love on the Brain by Rihanna.
What's the worst job you've had?
I didn't work before X Factor.
For real?
Yes.
Wait, hold up.
I was 15.
Who is the most famous person you've ever met? Don't say me.
Pharrell?
Pharrell, that's so dope.
I mean, I worked with him.
Yo, that was the Chelsea Lightning Round. You've been struck by lightning.
Man, did I do a lot of questions or was there more left?
No, there was that. Well, actually, I could ask you like, do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I was like closing my eyes, focusing so hard.
You
'cause
were so ready?
I was so ready. I was like, okay.
Okay, how about this one? Who was your first celebrity crush?
Zac Efron from High School Musical.
Hey, girl.
Yes.
Yo, you were
Hey,
like
girl.
8 years
I see
old.
that.
I know. That was like when it was like you didn't want to tell your parents that you liked boys, but you did.
But
Yeah.
you did,
Oh,
low
yeah.
key.
Yeah.
You can identify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, do you like a boy? I was like, no.
No.
Crystal B had a crush on her dad's barber when she was 6.
Yo,
He was a
crazy.
good-looking man.
You're sick in the head, Crystal.
Who do you want to collab with in the near future?
Good question.
I mean, I think collaborating with Ed Sheeran would be dope.
You love Ed Sheeran.
I love Ed Sheeran a lot.
Yeah.
There are definitely some collaborations on the album though that I'm really excited about.
Yeah. Oh, like
Well, I did a few songs with Pharrell, which is really cool.
fire, right?
Yeah. Charlie XCX.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Tedder.
Jeez.
Those are some of the people. Oh, Sia.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
So those are like writing collaborators that were really cool. But definitely Ed Sheeran would be super dope.
Sure.
Party Next Door would be super dope.
Fire.
Yeah. Drake would be super dope.
That's a great list.
Thank you.
Great list.
You and Diplo have been teasing on social media for like a year plus that you guys are working on something.
I
and
know.
you guys have not dropped whatever this something is.
Our fans are gonna
everyone
us.
is like going crazy over whatever the heck this is. When are we getting it?
No, this is actually coming out super soon.
Is it one song? Is it a project?
It's one song, and it's more than me in it.
It's Major Lazer.
It's Major Lazer. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a squad.
What was
It's
the
a
last
squad.
entry in your diary?
I don't have a diary. I just have songs.
And you just pour it all into that.
But the last thing, do you have my phone? I have basically like notes from stuff that I'm feeling, and then they become like titles or concepts or whatever, and like future songs. Let's see.
What do we have?
Okay.
The hurting, the healing, the loving is out
I have
now.
one lyric that says, "It's been a long time coming." That's the last thing
really?
I wrote down. Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. So from there, you'll create something from that.
Yeah, if for example, like if somebody plays like a beat and I'm like, oh, this is like what I'm envisioning for that song.
Yeah.
Then I'll basically like mix and match concepts with beats or tracks, and I'll be like, okay, and then I'll try and do it, and then sometimes it's good, and then sometimes it's not, and then I'll move on to the next concept or title.
Sure. Do you see yourself as a role model?
I think so, because I mean, I feel like I don't try to. I feel like I just am the way that I am, you know?
But you have young fans. They're looking at you.
Yes, yeah.
You have young girls looking at you as
Yeah.
well. So I'm sure there's that sense of responsibility.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like I said, and that's what I meant when I was saying about my sister who's 10. Like I definitely feel like I have that in the back of my mind because I have her, and I show her, like I literally play my songs for my family.
Yeah.
And she's there.
Does she
you know?
think you're so cool? Like, gosh, my big sister is so cool.
I think so. I'd like to think so.
Have you bought her anything expensive?
No, but I did take her to the Radio Disney Awards.
Oh,
and
wow.
She was
That's major for her, right?
It was huge
Yeah.
because obviously these are all the TV shows that she watches.
Yeah. Right,
and so it's like the Descendants are right there, and she was like, so yeah, she's really proud of me. And she has this sense of like, because we're so different, she's very, she's very organized, and she cleans her room, and she's very responsible. And I, being like, I just turned 20, but I'm so the opposite. Like I'm a Pisces. I have my head in the clouds all the time.
Right.
I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like not super in reality. I leave my stuff everywhere. I lose stuff all the time.
You're
like
creative.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my brain is like
Your room
everywhere.
is a mess, isn't
my
it?
room is a mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like my sister she has this sense of like, she kind of like takes care of me sometimes, right? Like I feel like I make her feel like she takes care of me sometimes,
Right.
if that makes sense.
You're 20, so you're already thinking about your 21st birthday. I know it. What are we doing?
I actually am not. I'm just trying to
You're just trying to
get
live?
through the week,
Yeah, you feel me? But 21st birthday, we doing Vegas. We're leaving the country.
I'd like to just go traveling. I'd like to do a thing where I take like a vacation.
There you go.
That'd be dope.
With a boy.
But I feel like 20.
Bro, go on vacation with a boy, bro. You feel me?
Please, Diosito, please.
Mándamelo ya.
Mándamelo. Ayúdame,
what is the
Diosito.
boy-
Lo merezco.
What is the boy you're looking for? 3 characteristics in the boy you're looking for.
Let me write him down.
Okay.
Don't bother.
I feel like there's always, I don't feel like whoever you fall for, it never ends up being, fitting into the
What you
list.
thought.
It's always the
That's
person
the
that you
fun part.
didn't think it was.
It's
going
always
to
the
be,
person that you didn't think it was. But I think the
Yes.
only
true.
only thing
So you do have a shot, Lechero.
I don't feel like I have.
All right. Love the confidence, Lechero.
I don't have any. Hi, guys.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
I don't feel like I have a type. I feel like the one thing in common though is, I don't know. I feel like when you meet somebody, there's just like an attraction.
Sure.
That's more like a, it's more like an energy, if that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
not like smart, funny, sweet. Like that's not. It just.
Yeah,
You
no.
know.
What's the vibe like when he steps in a
It's
room?
the vibe. That's
know what I'm
really.
saying?
I feel like that's the thing.
The hurting, the healing, the loving. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Crying in the club. Nobody should cry in the club. That's a
So sad.
That's a vibe killer all day.
I know.
It happens.
You
though.
feel me? But it does happen.
I'm an emo girl for sure.
Are you emo, really?
I am.
Do you cry every day?
Not every day, but yeah, not every day. It just depends.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a very emotional person, though.
Well, keep smiling.
Thank you.
You're a
But
good
it's not
person.
necessarily crying like, it's not just if something sad happens. Sometimes something is like
Happy
overwhelming
tears.
and you're having so much, like, I'm probably going to cry after billboards, like in a happy way. I'm going to be like, oh my God, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't
And that's
believe
going to
it.
happen so fast, too.
Yeah, I know.
That by the time you're done, you're like, yo, that's it?
Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
Sad dude.
I love that.
Yeah, sad, dude. Hey.
Sha.
Yeah, okay. Camila Cabello, thank you very much. Congratulations. And thank you
you.
so much for stopping by.
Hey,
We
I love you
appreciate
guys.
that, man. Come through anytime.
Seriously, thank you guys so much. I love you guys.
Very welcome. You're very welcome, man. The hurting, the healing, the loving cruise show, Power 106. Let's go.
Hey.